As per the university syllabus, we are supposed to show you or show you the strength of material experiments again, unless university thinks a different way. So far, I have given you only on torsion test. Now I will demonstrate the hardness test one after another, and I will show you the video accordingly. Let us start. Uh, Let us start this Windows hardness test again. Uh, Let us start the Windows hardness test again. That is, you see, it is from the front of the machine itself. This is the Brinell hardness testing machine overall. What is showing here, the different equipments which is being used there, it is the Brinell hardness microscope. This is the sample of steel. This is sample of copper. Uh, this is the platform for which we are supposed to place the hard disk workpieces for the hard disk. This is the load actuating rod, which is you have to move clockwise, right, or rightwards if you want to engage the load. And here we fix the indenters by proper indent holding device. This is the load actuating bars where we have to pull the loads one after one another accordingly according to our requirement itself. Uh, on the floor, different loads are placed on the floor itself. All of them are equal to four of them are equal to 500 kg load, and two of them equal to 200 kg load, equivalent, but not equal to that. And the load hanging device which I am showing here, it is also has carrying a equivalent load equal to 500 kg. ठीक है.
Okay, sir.
Just this is the BL hardness. Just I have repeat it again.
Okay, sir.
I have also another video. No, this is the specimens: steel, copper, aluminum specimen. This is a device over which we can place round rods for hardness testing, and the small boxes which is open inside it covers the indenters itself. This is the Brilliance microscope. The handles are actuating this screw and jack arrangement, which this table moves up and down by clockwise and anti-clockwise rotation of the handles itself. This is the load actuating bar. It is this position is unloaded, and if you have to move to the rightwards to make it under loading itself, make the load actuated. Here is the device where we have to place the external loads which are equivalent to as high as 3000 or 3 tons of load, but equivalent, not equal to. On the ground, there are the loads which you are supposed to place over this hanger. Each of these load, four of them are equal to has the equivalent weight 500 kg, and two of them, this one and this one, these two are equal. These two are equal to 250 kg of equivalent load. This we can put one by one according to your requirement as specified by the machine manufacturer itself. I'm repeating it again. Next, I'll go to the experiment video. This is the signboard is it is drawn over the nearby walls. Now, this is Fresnel microscope, steel specimen, copper, aluminum specimen. This is the load holding round load loading holding rod. This is uh, the small device is the indenter itself. This is a screw jack which with the handles by rotation of which clockwise and anti direction this platform holding the specimen goes up and down. This is the here we will fix the indenters. This is the rod which in this present position is in unloaded position, and if we move it to the rightwards, it will be load the indenters to the work itself. This is the load carrying hanger, whose equivalent load itself in this form is equal to 500 kgf, equivalent not equal to. And on the ground, there are different uh, loads or weights which has equivalent load of different equivalent load. Four of them has equivalent load equal to 500, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these two have equivalent load equal to 250. Altogether, we can load up to 3000 tons, 3000 kg or 3 tons of equivalent load over the hanger itself. Okay, next I will go for the next video. Starting it again. Here is the process. We have placed the aluminum workpiece over the table by rotating the handle, and anti-clockwise direction it will go up, and if we move down it will move this handle to clockwise direction so that the platform goes down. We have moved up the platform so that the indenter which is fixed here just touch this aluminum block itself. This is the indenter after fixing position. This is the workpiece, and this is the aluminum platform itself. This is the actuating rod which I have shown in the last video, and now I will actuate it. Here the loads are placed. This 500 kg plus 250 kg load is placed over it as per the requirement of the aluminum given in the chart itself. Let me show you the actuation of the rod. Here now I am actuating the rod. I have rotated it clockwise, and so that this indenter is impressed over making an impression about the workpiece itself with the help of the load on the actuator placed on the loading hanger. I have removed the actuating rod in the left position, and now I'm releasing the load so that load got released. And this is the impression which is created over the rod itself. The size and diameter of this impression will be measured by the Brinell microscope like this. Okay, just repeat it again. This is the process of hardness testing, Brinell hardness testing device. Now, here a aluminum rod is placed, aluminum workpiece is placed, an indenter is fixed, and the platform is moved upward by anti-clockwise rotation of the rod itself. Now, the actuating rod is still in this position because we have not at the load itself. And on the hanger, other than with the 500 kg load, equivalent load, we have placed another 250 kg load, which is required for making indent of the aluminum as per the specification given by the company itself. Next, I am actuating the rod by moving it clockwise, and the indenter is now making impression over the workpiece itself by the action of the load placed on the hanger itself. Now, we are releasing the load. I have released the actuating rod. Now releasing the load. Now the impression is produced. It is shown here, like here, and its diameter is being measured by means of this Fresnel's microscope. It has indentation inside. According to the indentation, we will know how many millimeter is the impression itself, which is 1:10 times magnified in the a microscope itself. Just 1 second. Let us go for the theory. Make it attendance. Okay. Let us go for the theory itself. Now I am sharing the strength of material lab brittle hardness test, the details of it. It is like this. What you have in the brittle hardness test is it is a production type hardness testing machine. It is designed for measuring brilliant hardness of steels and other metals, whether flat, round, or irregular in shape. This machine is simple and easy to operate, but sensitive and accurate. So what this paragraph is telling us is a production type means it can be quickly operated to get the required hardness so that it can be that result can be used where it is required, and it can be measured for steel and other metals, but metals can be flat, can be round or irregular in shape. But round, I've shown you one device over which you can place the round material by removing the platform and place it in the cavity, place this fixture on the cavity itself. But irregular shape items can also be hardness of the irregular shape item can be checked, all right, but there should be certain flat surfaces over the irregular shape where we can engage the indenter itself, or its shape may be irregular but maybe the size will be flat like this. It is very accurate and sensitive and simple to design. These are the basic machines still today, after last 40 years being used in industries to know the hardness of different items. Now, what is the description of this machine? We have seen the machine. It is totally assembled in a steel fabricated body. This consists of a J frame, looks like a J. It is covered inside the apparatus are covered totally from dust and any other extrusion materials, extraneous materials. The elevated spindle protected by telescopic cover, but here it is almost torn out. Now we have a main lever inside, which is covered inside the housing, which on one hand carries the indenter and another hand carries the hanger. And on the hanger we are placing our equivalent loads. A elevating screw is there, which is actually the we are showing you just from the top, which lifts the workpiece up to the desired height, so that it can be just touch the indenter itself. Not it should not produce any pressure over the indenter, but just touch it. And loading and unloading mechanism, I'm showing you that actuating rod in the part, and inside there is a damper. It cannot be shown because it's totally closed. The load is applied on the specimen through the ball holder. Ball These indicators are just like a steel balls, highly polished and hardened. One is 10 millimeter or 1 centimeter diameter, another is 5 millimeter or half centimeter diameter, and both have individual specific holding blocks, which can be fixed over a screw assembly over the indenter. I mean, the indenter actuating rod itself. That load is applied by this specific specimen ball holder, and through this lever mechanism, the minimum weight we can 5 detachable weight for 500 kg will be placed, made, and made use of the application desired level in addition to the bottom weight 500 kg equal to 500 kg. What we have the actuating rod a rod carrying the hanger is equal to 500 kg, and it has actually four 500 kg load and two 250 kg load. Total six load additional load is available there. Altogether, it can create 3000 or 3 metric ton equivalent weight over the indenter itself, which can be used in making the calculating the steel parts, calculating the hardness of the machine itself, uh, hardness of the steel parts itself. The operating data in front of it is provided for loading and unloading, and there is smooth and frictionless bearing is there to make it quick and easy movement. Technical data is given the sizes, load 500 to 3000 kg. You cannot test any item which requires less than 500 kg load. Test height can be 25 centimeter or around 25 centimeter. Depth of the throat is 150 or 15 millimeter. Depth means there is a hole inside this screw jack system where you can put inside the hole where you can fix our uh, round rod itself. The depth gross weight of the total machine is equal to 210 kg or so. The total height is almost a meter, around 990 millimeter itself. The size of the base is around 500 to 250 in the length, around 495, and the cross weight 250 millimeter itself. Now, that's an important thing here, which I would like to show you. Here, the chart is given with the machine itself, where the what will be the required size of the ball indenter and what will be the required load we have to apply over the hanger as per the sample type of the material which we are testing. Here, steel and iron test 30 D into D means diameter of the indenter multiplied by the diameter of the indenter. If we have 10 millimeter diameter indenter, then it is 30 into 10 into 10, total 3000 kg equivalent load you have to create to check, to test steel and iron load. Plus 10 into D into D. Here we have again plus 10 means 10 to 10 to 10 means total 1000 kg load is required to test brass. Aluminium 5 into D into D means if we plus 10 millimeter means 100 into 5 means 500 kg load is required. And soft bearing metal is there 2.5 into D means with 10 millimeter diameter of indenter means total 250 kg is required. This we cannot check here because we cannot produce any load less than 500 kg with the machine itself. Uh, then another indenter is 5 millimeter. Same way you can steal the rod, to check the steel rod itself. You have to put 750 millimeter itself is 530 into 5 into 5, 25 into 30, this is 750. Here, if the brass we can produce, keep 250 load means 5 into 5 into 5, 2250. This also we cannot do because we cannot load anything less than 100 millimeter. And 2.5 millimeter ball indenter we don't have, but it is exist. It can, with it you can check steel rod with the equivalent work 187.5. Still I cannot, still which we cannot do because we can apply minimum 500 kg, not less than that. So testing table, accessories as a testing table, ball holder, two types of ball holder, this one and this one, and test block, 5 millimeter ball, 5 millimeter ball itself, ball holder, as well as the ball itself is fixed inside the holder itself, plus the Brindle microscope. This is one of them. The weight hanger, which I've shown in the video, after screwing the bottom weight hooked in the hanger V, this assembly is equivalent is total 500 kg. What we have, it is the bottom weight which I have shown. It is screwed at the end on the screwed fixed at one end, and another end is go to the hanger V. This assembly is 500 kg load minimum, and on the ball inlet out of 6 remaining weights, 2 are 250 and 4 are 500. Total 3000 kg. Just have told you it can apply maximum 3000 kg and minimum 500 kg load this machine. Now we have to clean the face of the plunger and tighten the ball holder by its sufficient hand pressure, but not forcing it to fixed. Next, the test method of test is the Brindle hardness test. The surface of specimen on which the impression is supposed to be made is flat, smooth, and clean, and free from oxide, scales, and plate. I have shown you in front of the machine. This is specimens are kept, which is flat. And if you have those who have gone through this experiment in early part in your third semester, you can read it is flat, it is smooth, it must be cleaned by yourself, and must be cleaned by yourself, and it should be dry and free of oxide scales and pits. But in steel rod, after prolonged use, we have got to some oxide scales, which after removal, more or less, is several purposes itself. The ball holder steel rotor, we have only two ball and two ball holders. One is 510 millimeter, and is 5 millimeter diameter, and one of the load ranges 3000, 1000, 750, 500 kg. These are the range of the load which we are creating, and 250 kg are to be selected in the test. These are the loads which we can create as per the chart we have shown it to you. The hardened steel ball is impressed on the surface under this load maintained for around 10 seconds to 15 seconds maximum, and the diameter, thus the impression, is measured by microscope accuracy, point plus minus zero point 0.01 means almost 1 micron accuracy itself. The ferrous metals have range 13 to D and to D, just I have to explain. D is the diameter of the indenter. If diameter is 10, the total weight is with 3000. And non-ferrous metal 50 D into D, diameter is still 10, it will be around still 55 to 750 kg or so. Mineral hardness number is obtained from the equation given here. What is that? BHN, load on the ball divided by area of the indentation. This is nothing but a total. What is the load this ball is applying, and what is the area of the indentation itself. You can calculate it after measuring the diameter of the ball itself, diameter of the indentation itself. And this is given as 2 into P pi into capital D minus capital D minus small d, where Brilliant hardness number is P is the load, capital is the diameter of the ball, and small d is the diameter of the impression itself. We'll got a number here, but which is called Brilliant hardness number itself. If we put the our respective value here, but in our in our experiments, we are given a chart which I'll show you afterwards, where you don't have to make this calculation. Only if you know the diameter means small d, you can and know the capital D, that means diameter of the indenter, and the amount of load you are applying, you can safely know the hardness of your required specimen. This is given by a number called Brinell hardness number. So process is keep the operating lever horizontal and leftward, place the specimen on the table, turn nut in the clockwise so that specimen will go up, and push the indenter lightly. Lift the operating handle, horizontal position upward slightly, and after it rotates automatically, wait till the lever remains stand still. Bring the lever back to the horizontal position itself, and sorry, turn back the nut and remove the specimen, and carry the same procedure for other specimen itself. Then you have to check the proper indentation. Standard test blocks applied along with the machine can verify the accuracy of test itself. You are using the two balls, 10 millimeter and 5 millimeter, and it changes the ball itself. Standard hardness test block issued with the machine, which can be used in case of doubts on the accuracy of the result. Now, there is a hardness testing brother whose block is known more or less. You can take and say still it is okay equal to the hardness is checking. Then you can say that machine is okay or not. This is the real hardness chart. I am showing you in a different scale, but it is like this. Next is chart. This is the real hardness chart itself. It is the impression here. What is given here, you see, table for real hardness number. These are the numbers only, but it is equal to kg. It is actually kg per millimeter square. In hardness of the real hardness, kg per millimeter square, but only the number is given as per our norms. Now, what is this given here? What is the size of the ball we have used? Here it is saying that 10 millimeter ball is used. What is the load we have used? 1000, 3000, 1500, 250. These are the different load we are using. We know what is the amount of, what is the size of the block and what is the amount of load we are applying here, say 3000. And this is the impression of the, it is the diameter of the ball, which we have checked, uh, which we have checked by microscope. If we have said check the diameter equal to 2.56, then and for the equivalent weight 3000 kg on the hanger, and for a impression of the ball, size of the ball 10 mm, we'll have hardness equal to 5.578 Brinell hardness BR or HP. Or for the same load, say for impression of 261 for 3000 kg, or say for 1000 kg load, if we apply, we get the hardness or HP, the Brinell hardness number is equal to 184. If we apply the same ball here, this is the way we are checking. You see in this side, higher the diameter of the impression is given, say for 3.05 millimeter diameter impression, we got with 3000 kg indented weight, applied weight, as well as with 10 millimeter indenter, we get 400 kg, 400 Brinell hardness number. So higher the diameter, lower is the hardness, because for 3.06 diameter for the same load and same indenter, we are getting 401, and for 2.60, which is much less than 3.05, we are getting hardness which is much higher, 555 kg Brinell hardness number HBR. Like this, we have to check the, we have to go through the other charts like this. This is also same chart with ball, 10 millimeter ball, 3000. This is our higher value of the impression, is lower value of the hardness itself. Same thing is going on. This is around 44.44, 4.42, and hardness is reduced again 184, 85 with 3000 kg, and so. Now we are getting still higher balls are there. Just 1 second. Chart 2. This we have the ball dia is dia per diameter is equal to 5 mm, and here maximum weight we can apply 750 kg, and with which we can get the hardness itself. So the, if the diameter is 1.3 mm, we have with this high millimeter ball and with this 750 diameter, we can get the same hardness, but you are having much less diameter of the impression itself, where for just a second.
Sir,
Just a second. Okay, well, now this is to 750, and for say only 750 kg hard load, we can make around 1.3 millimeter impression with 5 millimeter ball. So, but there you also get 555 kg of load, where by applying 3000 kg and with 10 millimeter ball itself, around 3.5 or so millimeter diameter, we are getting this hardness. So, these both ways, this hardness can be tested. This also following the same rule. Higher the diameter of the impression, higher the diameter of the impression, lower is the hardness for the same weight and same indenter side. This is the process of measuring the hardness of the your test specimen in Brinell hardness test. Yeah, again that starts coming here. This is another chart, another way. So this is the process of Brinell hardness testing. ठीक है?
Sir,
हाँ, follow.
sir, which column represent Brinell number? I am not getting that.
Which coil?
Which column represent Brinell number?
देखो,
Dia और
no,
load
no,
तो
no.
clear है.
This is the number. This is the millimeter. If this column is giving the diameter of the
Dia
impression.
में.
ठीक है? Diameter of the insulation. ठीक है चे? This is the load. 750, 250,
Yes, sir.
750, 250. This column is giving you the Brinell hardness. But as per this diameter of the indentation should be supposed to be 5 millimeter. And this full column will give you the
Load.
hardness. But it is in kg per square millimeter. But you are just supposed to write only the 592 HB or 530 HB like this, not the kg per millimeter square. If you apply,
Yes.
let's you see, what with less load with the same diameter here, hardness is less 175. Means you are applying only 250 kg load. There hardness is not that if you get the same impression, but hardness is less, much less, like this.
Yes, sir.
By almost 1/3. Here, for the same much less load 250, you are getting 96 hardness. So we are getting 1.79 millimeter impression diameter. But if we apply it with 250 kg, you will get the hardness of 96. But if we apply it with 750 kg, you will get a hardness of 288. Almost here is also almost 1/3 will be the hardness value. So hardness changes rapidly about the applied load, and of course change rapidly with this kind of impression itself. And here you don't have to calculate anything. You have to check the diameter by microscope itself, and to get the measured hardness number, which is more or less fairly adequate and accurate for standard engineering practice itself.
Okay.
Okay, this much is the work for today. Next Saturday I will go for some other hardness testing machines. Thanks for your patience hearing. Goodbye.